of them, but someone, I think it was, who's that ginger kid, chat? The ginger Yu-Gi-Oh player, Lucas Sacco. I was watching his channel, chat. Lucas Sacco, and he was talking about the biggest problem for Memento, the Celza deck, right? And he was like, I love this deck. He was like, the only problem, which by the way, chat, you should, or not chat, Celza, as if you want more confirmation as like Mermail is just a shitty combo deck, you should look at Lucas Sacco's analysis of Mermail and then compare it to Memento. And I know you'll say, but Joshua Smith don't fucking play them decks. Like, he just, if it's not like top tier or like super fucking out there runic deck, like, he doesn't fucking play those. He plays those decks like as much as like MBT. You know what I mean? But like Lucas Sacco knows that. Anyways, his analysis on Memento, chat, was the deck is like so good and he loves it, but he was like, the biggest problem with Memento is Shifter. And he was like, if you play against Malice, he was like, if you just look at the numbers of a Malice deck playing 3 Shifter, chat, he was like, you by default lose 1 duel. He was like, because the math says that they're going to open Shifter at least 1 of the 3 games, and you instantly lose that game. And I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. So he was like, if you play against Malice, you basically have to like 2-0 every Malice player, because whatever duel that they open Shifter, you just automatically lose that duel, unless I guess you have called by, which is a 1-0, so don't even factor that into the math. And I was like, all right, that makes sense. The math is kind of the same with these 3 cards, chat. Not exactly the same, because like Rivalry is not going to cook a deck like Malice, but if I open Skill Drain, I just automatically win the duel. If I open TCB, I automatically win. Like, I know you guys hate Floodgates, but I'm sorry. I love cards that say I automatically win the duel, chat. I just do. You know? Can you argue, Cap, you don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, I guess. Who cares? But cards that say I win the duel, if you don't stop this specific card on your first turn, I automatically win the duel, and I barely have to play. Fucking sign me up. Since every Yu-Gi-Oh player decided that they don't want to run spell and trap removal anymore, that's fine. This is the punishment for that. Floodgate saves time. Mermail is a better matchup in the mouth. Okay, Celza, but is Mermail a better matchup into like every? It's not no, Celza. It's not about Mermail being a good matchup into X deck. It's that Mermail is just you know what? Fuck this. Hold on. Press 1 if hear it straight from the horse. You need to listen to this, Celza. Celza is on this like freaking Mermail copium, and no one can tell him. I watched this and I was like, bro, if only my friend Gaddafi could hear this. Oh no, let me see. Ah, there it is. So he just talked about it. Okay. Hey, wait. See if we can get all of it.
They're playing Shifter either in their main or side.
All right, listen.
So the whole activate Fu Wallace, activate Shifter, activate Raigeki, activate Lightning Storm,
just listen.
Normal Summon Chandra, that's gone, right? Very, very, very few people will be playing the deck
He's
that
talking
way.
about Tempo.
And that was the main thing that was holding this deck back. We do still have Malice, which is playing Shifter
Oh, no, actually, my bad. Hold on.
a lot. You know,
right now, he's talking about Memento.
This deck is phenomenal. Somewhere around there. Moving forward, we have Memento. I love this deck a lot. I have said that so many times on the channel. This deck is phenomenal. The only thing that this deck has going against it is Shifter.
Agreed. Part of getting better at the game is accepting that your pet deck is ass. And by the way, chat, I don't really want to get better at Yu-Gi-Oh. I just don't. I'm way too old to like want to. My dream being like the top of YCS or win a YCS. Celza should have that because he's like 15 years younger than me. Like he has 15 years to go ham and achieve the Naruto dream, and he should want to improve. But like even with Vanquish Soul, chat, I love Vanquish Soul's the coolest concept ever in Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of Eldritch. The coolest concept ever. But it's not good. It's not that good. But it is the cool. I die on that hill that Vanquish Soul is like the coolest concept ever for a Yu-Gi-Oh! deck.
Sure. Good news, Tenpai basically got banned in the way that we were playing it previously, right? So the whole activate Fuwalis, activate Shifter, activate Raigeki, activate Lightning Storm, normal summon Chandra, that's gone, right? Very, very, very few people will be playing the deck that way. And that was the main thing that was holding this deck back. We do still have Malice, which is playing Shifter a lot. You know, they're playing Shifter either in their main or side deck, you know. However, you're not going to be always playing Shifter. And to be honest, the Memento deck plays pretty well through the pops that the Rizal stuff provides. The only thing that this deck has going against it, like I said, is the matchup spread through a tournament. If you go into a tournament like a YCS that has 11, 12 rounds of Swiss and you're playing Memento, it's a little bit scary because you're going to play against 2, maybe 3 Malice. If they draw that Shifter in your match, you automatically lose that game. So you're not playing, so the math on Shifter is that you draw 33% of the time, right? So let's just say that's once per match. You're now playing every Malice matchup in the terms that you have to 2-0 them. Theoretically, right? It's not always going to be like that. But
I've never thought of you. Maybe this is why my ceiling has never been up here, chat. Maybe it's not all about deck choices. But I don't think about Yu-Gi-Oh on this level. And maybe the best players actually do. You know? Like I always like to brag, chat, that I play Yu-Gi-Oh like Joey plays Yu-Gi-Oh. Throw all the analytics and the stats out. Those are for nerds. I just play Yu-Gi-Oh with my heart. You know what I mean? I play Yu-Gi-Oh with this, chat. My heart. My strongest muscle. But this does, it makes sense.
But that's like a good way to think about it, in my mind at least. You have to 2-0 every Malice you see because they're going to draw Shifter once per match. Obviously, it could change a little bit. They could draw it twice per match. Could be worse. They could draw it once per match. They could draw it 0 times per match.
Didn't we have this conversation?
Overall, like a mathematical spread of it is they're going to draw it about once per match. And that's going to make it a lot harder on you to go through a tournament. I think that if this deck is playing against Rizal, it's a phenomenal matchup, and it'll probably win close to 65% of the time, going first or second. But for right now, because I do have to put this a little bit farther back, just because there is so much Malice in the format.
Now, you heard what he said, Selza. The only thing holding this deck back is Shifter, essentially. That's all he said. Like, I love this deck. It's good. You'll beat Raziel 65% of the time. The only thing holding the deck back is Shifter, and if you play against 2 to 3 Malice, you have to like 2-0 them because the math says they're going to get Shiftered. You're going to get Shifter on you, and when you Shifter them, or when you get Shiftered, you just lose, which I think is true because all these cards say touch the graveyard, and Shifter says there's no touching the graveyard. This is a deck that also automatically loses to Shifter, by the way, so you already have that problem too.
Going on, we have Mermail. You got to sit this back in your binder. Too many hand traps right now. You're going to normal summon Neptivus and you're going to feel insane for about 30 seconds until you send something, you get Veilered, right? You go Dragoon's Effect, you get Ashed. Then you go like summon Teus, pitch a random thing, try to extend, you get Veilered again. And then you're just done. You know, 3 hand traps like early on into the Mermail deck, it's pretty tough to deal with. Especially when you're throwing away your hand, you're throwing away a lot of resources and those graveyard effects are also getting stopped. Not to mention that deck still does have to deal with Fuwalos. Has a hard time through Shifter. I just think there's a couple things going in.
That's what I just said. It's like, hold on. So you're playing this shitty combo deck that also just loses to Shifter too. It's like all the problem Memento has, chat, this deck also has. Because every Mermail card, the Mermail, so the interesting thing is, the Mermail cards don't say touch the graveyard. The Atlantean cards do. And Mermail doesn't work without Atlantean. So if half your deck don't work and the other half needs that half to work, what are you doing? Like all the problems that you would have hypothetically, chat, against Malice with Mermail or with Memento, they're all apparent with Mermail. You can say, oh, this has a better, it doesn't matter if they Shifter you, they're just killing you on the crackback. Like, what are you doing? None of the Atlantean cards work because there's no graveyard. Mermail has Lions versus Shifter though, and it doesn't lose. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh says BP. Hi, Big Pimpin'. I'm doing the heart thing. You know what? Cringe or wholesome, chat. Wait, where's my? Oh, I'm like, where's my camera? I'm trying to do this more. The heart thing. Cringe or wholesome, chat. You guys tell me. I'm trying to do the heart thing. Maybe, I think it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of thinning out. Buff Cap is back. I'm bringing back the heart thing, which I never really did before, but I don't know. I kind of feel like it's like tight shirts. You can, and when you're in good shape, you can do this. It's cringe, but still. Jib is just throwing out generic term. It's wholesome. I agree. Anime night, gay pride. Oh, now you ruined it. Can't I just get a heart that's not gay? There we go. Oh my god, you guys are all giving me gay pride hearts. Can I just get wholesome and just get a heart that's like not gay? Not that I have a problem with a gay heart. It's just like, can I just get a red heart or at least a pink one? Like, I'll take the woke. Yeah, can't I just get a heart that's not woke? Can I just get a regular heart? Even the purple one's kind of cool because of the military. You're not wholesome. You regularly tell people to KY. Yeah, but that's fun. That was a little too honest. That's fun and funny. It's that, like, I'm not apologizing for that, BP, because it's a joke. And it's a funny joke. You guys remember when I went away from it because I was like, it's too dark. Yeah, well, at some point you just got to go back to the hits, chat. And I'm sorry, it's just funny. So it's a joke, it's dark humor, and it's also funny. Buff privilege, keep yourself safe, woke heart. Not that there's anything wrong with, not in Toxic Fabled. I mean, yeah, I don't do that in Police Academy, but like for you degenerates in this stream in Toxic Fabled, hell yeah, it's funny, chat, and I'm not apologizing for it. It's like in South Park where they make fun of things that you shouldn't laugh at, but then you realize it's South Park and it's funny. You know what I mean? I would never laugh at someone, chat, who has Tourette syndrome, but I laughed at that Tourette syndrome episode of South Park. Does that make me a bad person, chat? That's for you guys to decide. There you go.